All right, 5-minute notes here on section 3.1. We're going to look at parallel lines and transversals. So the warm-up here, if you want to take a second, hit pause, check out the warm-up, hit pause now, and try it on your own. Okay, hopefully you tried the warm-up. Name all the lines that contain the given points. So the first point is Q. Okay, so here's Q. What line contains Q? You can name it several ways, but we can just call it PR, 2 letters with a line above. R actually has 2 lines that contain R, so that would be, I can call it PQ, the top one, which is fine, and TS, the second one. And again, you can name it different things. I can call it TS, TR, RS. S only has 1 line, and again, that's TS. And T has 2 lines, PT and TS. So there's your warm-up. Vocabulary. We're going to look at parallel lines and stuff like that. Parallel lines are basically 2 lines that are, 2 lines that are coplanar, which means they're in the same plane and do not intersect. Skew lines are basically 2 lines. Be more, but 2 lines in this case that do not intersect. So you would say right away that they're like intersect here, that they're like parallel lines, but they're not in the same and not in the same plane. So let's take a look at these. Name all planes that are parallel to plane ABG. Again, to name a plane, it's 3 letters. So ABG is the top part here. Sorry, there you go. Let me help out a little bit. So the top part here is ABG. So the only plane that's parallel is the bottom. So I can call it any 3 of those letters. So we'll just call it plane EDC. Name all the segments that intersect CH. Man, there's a bunch of them. So here's CH in the bottom, right there. So it could be BC, it could be GH, it could be DC, it could be EC, and EH. Missing any there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lines above them because they're segments. Might have missed one there. Let me know if I did. Name all the segments that are skew to BG. Okay, skew means they're in a different plane and they won't intersect. So here's BG at the top. So you can see 2 that go right away are AD and FE. AD, FE. They're in different planes and they'll never intersect. And at the bottom, I got DC and EH. DC, EH. They don't intersect either. Name all segments that are parallel to EF. So here is EF on the side. So it'd be all the ones that rotate around the side also. So it'd be AD, BC, and GH. AD, BC, GH. Okay. The bottom here, we're going to get into some angle relationships. So here comes, these are your different types of angle relationships. It's 2 angles when you have parallel lines cut by a transversal. This is called your transversal right here, by the way. Transversal. It's very important to us. Consecutive interior. There are angles that are on the inside and they're equal to 180. So if you add them up, they equal 180 degrees. So they're angles that are on the inside. So if you look here at the picture, I got 2 angles that are on the inside. That would be 3 and 6. You see how 3 and 6 are on the inside? They are consecutive interior. And I also have 4 and 5. Angles 4 and 5. Like this. We'll do a little hand thing. There you go. Alternate exterior, they're on the outside. And they're also congruent. So the ones that are on the outside, so these angles are on the outside and they're alternating. So they're on different sides of the transversal. So for example, 1 and 7. 1 and 7, and then 2 and 8. Alternate interior, they're on the inside. They're also congruent. So they're on the inside, alternate interior, they're on the inside. So these angles, these four angles are on the inside, 4, 3, 5, and 6. But they're on alternate interior, opposite sides of transversal. So angle 4 and angle 6 and angle 3 and 5. Corresponding angles, probably the most difficult one for people to understand. One is inside, one outside, and they are on the same side. They're also congruent. So one is on the outside, one's on the inside, and they're on the same side. So for example, here we go. 1 and 5. One's on the outside, 5 is on the inside. They're on the same side of the transversal. So angle 1, angle 5, 4 and 8, angle 4, angle 8, 2 and 6, 2 and 6, angle 2, angle 6, and 3 and 7, angle 3, and angle 7. Okay, flip it over. Identify transversals. Basically, I'll just do one here and you can try them out. Line Q. Okay, so line Q is a transversal. Basically, what line does line Q intersect? Well, here's Q right here. I'll circle it. There's line Q. What's the only other line, or what's another line here that's parallel? See how M is parallel with it? So is Q ever going to intersect M? And the answer is no. So is Q, if I were to extend Q out all the way out and all the other lines all the way out, would Q eventually intersect all the other lines that are not parallel? And the answer is yes. So Q would eventually intersect N, L, P, and R. So lines N, L, P, and R. So you're basically looking for any lines that are parallel to Q. So M is parallel to Q. So it's never going to intersect it. So which ones do Q intersect? All the ones that are not parallel. So try these out. Why don't you hit pause and I'll put some answers down for you. There's the answers. And then the bottom part, I'm going to do one or two here, and you can do these. If you, again, follow the notes that are on the previous page. I want to identify these. So here's 1 and 7. So 1 and 7, am I even looking at this line down below? The answer is no. I'm just dealing with 1 and 7, so I can sort of ignore that. 1 and 7, I got one angle. 1 is on the outside, 7 is on the outside, and they're alternating. So this would be alternating exterior. 2 and 10. So here's 2. I covered up 10. So 2 and 10. This grouping, that grouping. Do I even need the middle grouping? No. So 2 and 10. 2's on the outside, 10's on the inside. So one's on the outside, one's on the inside. They're on the same side of the transversal. So that makes them corresponding. Try these out. I'll be walking around. I'll help you out.